So this is a deep squat that opens up the hips and strengthens the ankles. Very much releases and loosens the lower back in particular. Can be traumatic on the knees for some people. The knees got to be opened up wide. Works on outer hip rotation. Now, I personally, when I do this, prefer to have a cork block just resting the bum on the cork block. Makes you feel very grounded, especially when you're this low. Very grounded. So that's the squat without the props. Let's get into it first. So start by standing with the feet hip width apart. Hands in Anjali Mudra. The feet are turned out slightly. Now it depends on how tight you are. Squat down and bring your arms out in front of you, hands in prayer, elbows pulling lightly against the knees or the shins, depends on how lively you go, how low down you go. So you bend the knees on your low, your hips down. And the hips ideally should just hover off the ground. And again, ideally the feet flat on the ground. That depends on a number of things. Ankle mobility, the contraction, how tight your calves are, and also the shape of your foot. Whether you may actually need or require, which Tanya does, some support underneath the heels. So you've got particularly tight calves, something referred to as Aquinas foot. The shape of the foot is such that it may be impossible for people to squat down. So you may require a block. The knees travel out. Now the arm is not passive, this, in the sense that the arms are pushing out against the thighs to open up the hip, only for a mild stretch. Gently persuade the body to open up. Now again, some people may prefer to just, depending on how low down you can get, to have the the bottom resting on a block or on a bolster of some sort of support, just gently resting, or you're not lowering the whole weight onto it. Just place a block under the hip so it's elevated a little bit. Very, very grounded position to be in. Now again, if you stay in this for a couple of minutes, you may find that you can open up the knees more, open up the hips more. Perhaps you can remove a block and quite comfortably sit a little bit lower down. So for a lot of people, it's usually the heels that could do with and benefit from being raised slightly. Tanya's using a large block there. Most people just a little bit less. This very much works the liver and the kidney meridians. As you can probably gather, it works the hips, the knees and the ankles. Very much loosens off that lower back. And that's yin yoga squat.